All right, getting a sponsor. Sorry it's dark. Hope you can make out this video. I'm sure you'll be all right. Getting a sponsor is crucial, imperative, and has to happen right away. What I've noticed quite often is there's this hesitancy to get a sponsor because it's not quite the right one, or it's not quite the right time, or you haven't connected well enough, or so days and weeks and gosh, a month, whatever goes by. I mean, if it's outside of a month, you're probably out there using and drinking again, or whatever your thing is. You got to get a sponsor right away. It is the most crucial element. I don't know, you could say that about a lot of things, but gosh, I'd put it up there with, it is, like, you have to get a sponsor, and you have to do it quickly. So many times I hear people in recovery who don't make it. They die, relapse, whatever, and I always ask the family members, did they have a sponsor? And typically it's no. When I hear of chronic relapse and parents and family members like, I don't know what happened, I don't know why he can't stop. Does he have a sponsor? Did he go through the steps? No, but he went to rehab and he was doing meetings for a while and blah. Okay, you got to get a sponsor. So the process is simple. You go to a meeting or two or three, give yourself a day or two or three. Within your first week, at the farthest, you should have a sponsor. All it means is it's somebody that you connect with, even remotely, somehow, something about them resonated with you or resembled your experience, and that's it. You ask them if they'll take you through the steps. The expectations of a sponsor cannot be high. Like, all of a sudden, they're not going to call you every day. They're not going to sit down and take time out of their life. I'll tell you what I do. Everyone's different. You get somebody who's new in sponsorship, they're going to go way overboard and do a lot more than they probably should. I learned my lesson early on, and I will tell a guy when I take him on, look, here's what I expect you to do. I want you to call me or text me every day, and odds are you're not going to get me. Sorry, I'm driving. Odds are you're not going to get me. I'm very busy, and you're going to talk to my voicemail, or just send a text and check in. When I see that you're serious after a week or two, usually it's within about a week, I can see that they're serious. I'm going to take time out of my schedule. I give them a couple of things to do. I give them some assignments. I've got a control list that I have them do, a God list. You know, what's in their control, what's not in their control. The God of their understanding and the God they've been led to believe in growing up, and then if they could create the attributes in their own God, what would that look like? And there's a reason for that. I have them read in the big book up to page 63. I have them read out of the 12 and 12 steps and 12 traditions. I have them read the first three, and then we sit down and we go through the first three steps within a week or two once I see that they're serious. And I'll tell them, I will walk with you lockstep. I can walk you out of hell because I've been there. I can walk you out of there, but you got to be doing it with me. I will not drag you kicking and screaming. So that's it. We don't have to be best friends. We don't have to have, we don't have to be connected at the hip or, exchange BFF bracelets. None of that. It just means I said something that somebody connected with, and boom. The most important thing is that they are held accountable. There's a level of accountability when you're texting somebody every single day or calling them every single day. That's the most important thing. It can be anybody, but you got to get in the habit of checking in, talking about your day, and then when it's time to go through the steps, that's the other thing. The step work is crucial. There's only two things in the steps that are action items where you actually have to do something. Step 4 and step 9. You could say 8 and 9 and 4 and 5. You do a confessional in 4 and 5, and then you make things right in steps 8 and 9. And the rest is more like acknowledgments. I mean, and then 10, 11, and 12, prayer, meditation, sponsoring people. But those two things, I think the biggest part is step 4 and 5. The most imperative, crucial component, because that's where you do your inventory list. You go through everything that's ever been done to you and everything that's ever happened, and you face your fears. We write them out. We talk about your resentments. We get into the dirt and the nasty, yucky of your life that you do not want to deal with, that you never wanted to think about again. We do a drop dead list. The things you were going to drop dead before you were going to drop dead before you were going to talk about this stuff with anybody. There were some things that happened to me and things I did I was never going to tell anybody. And thank goodness I sat down with my sponsor after rehab. It's very different what you do in rehab, what you do with a sponsor. And my sponsor shared some things with me, and I was like, thank goodness. And I shared with him some things that happened to me and got it off my chest. And I walked a free man for the first time ever in my life at age 32 when I went through the steps with a sponsor. So guys, do not wait for the right person. Don't wait. And guess what? You can even get a temporary sponsor. I'll do that with guys. They'll say, look, I'm your temporary sponsor for now. Just start calling or texting me every day. You need to be accountable to somebody. And then if it doesn't work out with the two of us, if for some reason you connect with somebody else, dude, we're not dating. There's no hard feelings. Move on. But you need to start calling somebody every day and get started on step work. And I'll get you busy with some projects until you connect with somebody. And usually they end up just going through the steps with me. So there we go. I hope that helps. Don't think for a second that you're going to stay clean and sober. You can white knuckle it. White knuckling it means you're miserable, you're gripping the wheel. You know, you can just through willpower alone not drink sometimes. But I don't know, man. That's a shitty existence. Heaven bless him. My grandpa was that guy. I love my grandpa to death. I really do. And this is not about bashing him, but he never did go through the steps. Never did the 12-step program, but he stopped drinking. And he was an angry, there were defects in his character that were very glaring, and he was happy for the most part. There was a lot of things about him that were wonderful and sweet, but he also had a massive temper, and you could tell there were some issues. Anyways, it's nice to be able to get rid of that stuff through another human and the program, and give that stuff to God. Go through the steps. It's a miraculous, wonderful thing. Gotta get started with it. All right, thanks. Bye bye.